everyone. I'm Krisha with my emotional support water.
Were we starting? Was that like the official start?
Hi, y'all. I'm Krisha, and this is
Styles, what's up?
and welcome to our channel and our first video. We're so excited. Okay, so we have lovingly nicknamed our channel Whispers, which its full government name is Whispers from the Hoard. Whisper. Mainly because I consider myself more of a book dragon than a book worm. I do read a lot, but I collect way more than I can read. Hopefully not in this lifetime, because that's embarrassing. But that's the whole reason why we're here. I just want to talk about books and kiki with y'all and my sibling Styles. And and Styles is here for
literally just shits and gigs.
No, what?
I'm kidding.
Nope.
I also like to read books, so I'm kind of using this experience to help me read more books, because I don't read nearly as much as my sister does. I'm more of a movie person. I love movies and TV shows. That's my main passion, so I do that all the time.
With that, our channel is definitely going to be a little bit more mixed media, so we're going to be, it's fine, it's leak proof. We're going to be talking about like books, anime, graphic novels, movies, TV shows, pretty much anything that interests us, with a heavy emphasis from my part on books, and
my part is movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
Anime things. I'm in the trenches of One Piece, so
everybody has had their One Piece moment. I'm glad you're finally catching up.
It's so much.
But for this first video, it's all about fall. It's the first day of November, so we're getting it in super late, but we are here. And we're coming in with some really fun recommendation, as well as some anticipated books that we really want to read.
And movies that we want to watch.
Correct. Yes.
Love a good
so
movie.
This is going to be fun. I'm excited. Styles is excited. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So this is gonna be fun. We've been planning this for a really long time, so we hope you guys enjoy. All right, so time is of the essence. We're trying to keep this video to like 20-30 minutes if we can. There's a lot to get through, but we're gonna start off with our first category, which of course is a fall classic. We want bitey, non-sparkly vampires. Okay, so the first up is my pick, which is Lone Women by Victor Lavelle. Lone Women is really, really cool because it's a novel that follows a Black woman who is lugging around a mysterious, monstrously heavy trunk with an even heavier secret. Like, it takes place in the early 20th century, around like 1915, I think. And this woman is moving from California to Montana, and she's taking up the government's offer of free, stolen land that she will be able to keep if she can cultivate and build a life there. She is fleeing a tragedy, poor dear, she's fleeing a tragedy that decimated her entire family.
Dang.
And
did the vampire do it? The vampire in the trunk?
We don't know what's in the trunk. Okay.
It's got to be a vampire.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
If it is a vampire, it's like the movie Let the Right One In, which is also based on a book where there was a vampire in a truck. I'm calling it.
I actually haven't seen that. Whatever that is.
It's a movie. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
And a book. You should read the book.
Okay.
I did both.
Okay. All right. I will put that on the list. Okay. But back to Lone Women. Basically, I like this one because it's mysterious. It tackles themes of family and sisterhood, and at the heart of the story is this kind of juxtaposition between like loving the monster within or hating the monster within. There's a lot of tension in the novel, especially because, being a Black woman and then a single woman, Black or otherwise, in 1915, America is just fraught to begin with, and you're moving across country. So there's just a lot of tension in the time and the place, and then also in this kind of paranormal activity that she has that's following her around.
You didn't tell me it was a sister book.
It's really good. Yes.
Is the sister the vampire? Did she slaughter their family? Is she in the trunk? Christian, don't put me in the trunk, please. I don't want to go in the trunk.
You have to read the book, okay? But it's really, really good, and it's one that I don't think a lot of people have heard of. A lot of people have heard of Victor LaValle's book, The Changeling, which came out several years before Lone Women, and I haven't actually heard a lot of people talk about this one, so I wanted to highlight it here because I think it's a underrepresented book. That being said, and the reason why I told you I'm not sure, I'm not telling you what's in the trunk, is because now that I'm thinking about it, because I read this book like 2 or 3 years ago, it might not be a vampire story.
That's embarrassing.
Like, this is the first book of the video. Who's in the trunk? It is a monster story, and it is perfect for the fall. If you're looking for fall spooky vibes, it might not be a vampire story. But
I still think the sister's in the trunk.
It doesn't matter.
I'm in the trunk, y'all.
just check it out. Just check it out. All right. Next, what you got?
It's me.
Yes.
Okay. The show, I did a TV show. And what I picked was Interview with the Vampire, which is based off of... Yeah. It's based off of Anne Rice's book, Interview with the Vampire. It's like the whole trilogy that she's got. But I really liked it. And it also, a movie came out, I think it was like Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. It was in it.
Yeah, that one was good. I watched that one as a kid.
Kirsten Dunst, I think.
Yes.
But the show, I like the show so much better. Because one... It basically tells the same story. Like, the plot's generally the same, but they do a lot of, they take a lot of creative liberties that I enjoy. One, there's black people in it, so booyah. Yes. Love that. In fact, the main character, Louis, he's black, so that's cool. So that's one thing. They also, it takes place in 1920s instead of, like, I don't know, slavery times.
That's always nice.
Right.
Love that.
So
slavery.
So it's like kind of modernized, a little bit modernized for the 20s, which is neat. And so a lot of the way that they just kind of adapt the story. But the thing that I like the most is Claudia's character, because instead of her being 5, she's 15. So they kind of get rid of the pseudo pedophilia that no one really needs. And so it just makes it a lot more watchable. But even though they do age her up, they still, like, she still fully expresses, like, the dissonance she feels of being, like, a grown woman trapped in a child's body. And so you still kind of, like, get that. And the story is just a lot more, it feels a lot more mature than the movie was, because the movie was afraid to lean into some of the things that Anne Rice, like, clearly has in her books, like the whole queer story. Like, it's a full-on queer story. And so it's, like, the movie itself was just kind of, like, not even really hinting at it from my perspective.
No, I didn't get any of that vibe from Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise.
No. But in the show, it's like straight up like, we are queer. And I'm like, yes, we love that. So it's a lot more representation, and I love it. And, you know, the vampires, their powers are cool.
Oh, do they have the cool like violin on the beach scene in the show? Because I haven't seen the show.
Was that in the movie?
Yeah.
Or was that in Queen of the Damned?
No.
There is a violin on the beach in Queen of the Damned, which is also an Anne Rice book.
Maybe I'm getting them confused. No, I don't.
Lestat's in both, so.
Yeah, okay. So, you know what? We're not gonna talk about it. But I liked it because, like, the violin, like, smokes because it starts going super fast. And everybody's like, oh, crap, that's not...
That's Queen of the Damned.
Oh, okay. All right, moving on.
It was great. Queen of the Damned was also on my list, but I swapped it for Interview with the Vampire because I just thought that show was really great. And season 2 just came out, and I haven't watched it yet. I'm so excited.
Okay. From a book perspective, I have Vampires of El Norte, which, bonus, it's also a romance for my romance folks out there.
We still have love.
I actually don't read a lot of romance novels, but I do love love. Anyways, Vampires of El Norte is really cool. So I actually really like this author, Isabel Cañas. I apologize if I butchered that. But I love her. I've read 2 books by her. She might have more, I don't know, but the 2 that I've read, I really, really enjoyed, and I'm actually going to talk about both of them today. But this one was a really fun read. It was published right around the time where I was really, really getting tired of vampire boyfriends. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just wanted a vampire that just wants to kill you and like just fucking drink your blood. Like just be scary.
Like in Sinners. It's terrifying.
Yes. Oh, so good though. So good. We could have a whole video on Sinners. I'm sure you've probably watched a ton reactions to that movie because it's amazing. But this book, anyways, came right at the time when I needed it, and I love it because, like, honestly, you get so much Western European rep when it comes to like vampire stories, as if they only existed in a vacuum within the Western European society, which is untrue and ridiculous. And so this one takes place in Mexico, right around the time when the U.S. was kind of trying to invade and annex Mexico, or they were annexing part of it. I think it's like right around the time where we got Texas and that kind of area. So
Texas.
Yeah, so there's
It
like
was Megan, Beyonce, and Jensen Necklace.
which we would have had we just, left Mexico where it was to begin with. It's not as if they came with the territory, but I get it. But anyways, so it takes place in a really interesting place, which is really nice at a very interesting time. Like you actually don't think about that time period and think about Mexico, at least not in the U.S. Like most of the media we have takes place in like the antebellum South, or is telling, I don't know, some Civil War story or whatever. Like I don't know. So
like Gone with the Wind.
Yeah. So this is just, it was very refreshing when it came out in both time, place, and subject matter. And basically there are vampires that try to kill some people and they got to deal with it. And
don't you just hate that? You're just going about your day and then a vampire comes in and you got to deal with it.
I mean, yeah. So it's really good, but it's on the front it says this lushly drawn nightmare is a riveting story about two people facing terrible monsters and impossible odds. Sexy, frightening, and smart. I concur. Check, check, check. So you should check this out. This is really good.
Okay, my next is a movie, and I love this movie. My dad, he introduced me to it. It's called Underworld. It is one of my favorite vampire movies of all time.
It's a delight.
It truly is. It's got the whole neo-Gothic, dark, like, urban fantasy vibe. It's got the sophisticated vampires and, like, the grungy werewolves. It's like a duel, that everlasting battle between the two. And I just love it. The whole aesthetic. It's just, like, my aesthetic. If I could just rock a black trench coat, like, all day with some black boots.
Except
lovely.
Head to toe in pink.
I love pink.
Right now and in most days. So I'm not sure if that last statement was true. Maybe
or
your alter
I could get
ego.
like a leather pink trench.
Yeah, see.
I could rock it. Or I could go all white, like what was her name? Switch?
Oh,
in the Matrix?
Not like this. Not like this. Oh, Switch. I'm sorry.
Anyways, so vampires, as you see in so much media with vampires, they're very sophisticated and they love technology. They're technologically advanced. You see that a lot, like in the TV show Castlevania, and then the book that I'm currently reading that Krisha bought me, A Dowry of Blood. The vampires are like that too. And then that's juxtaposed against the Lycans, who are grungy, literally living in the sewers. They're really just kind of trying to survive and destroy their oppressors, the vampires. And the vampires become death dealers to destroy the Lycans, even though they created the Lycan problem. Problem.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but you don't know that until later, though, in like subsequent movies. So, spoiler.
Well, you find out a little bit in the first movie.
Yeah, but not really. Though.
But it's also, this movie is so old. If you haven't seen it by
true.
now, like,
that's true. Like, look,
watch it. It's great. I love it. It was inspired by The Matrix, which is my favorite movie of all time.
I didn't know that. I love The Matrix.
Well, I don't know if it was inspired by The Matrix, but like the aesthetic.
They are very, they're very similar. That's
like
kind of like neo-noir kind of situation, at least the way it looks. Which is, it's really cool. A lot of spandex. It's nice.
Yeah, I think Kate Beckinsale, I think they had to like sew her into her.
Of course they did. Okay. All right. The next two I have are actually on my TBR. So these I have not read. I have started this one, but I'm on like page 11, so it doesn't count. I literally cannot tell you. I have no opinion on this yet, but I am very excited about it. So I've been trying to read more books in translation, specifically by women. And this one I think is going to be really, really good. It's called The Midnight Shift, as you can see, by Chon Son Ron. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm going to work on these names. And it is written by a Korean author and translated into English. And it was a bestseller in Korea. And long story short, this is like a mystery. And again, these are not fun vampires. These ones are not taking you to prom, okay? They are out here killing. It's really sad. They're actually killing the elderly and then making it look like suicides at this one retirement home. And this story follows a detective whose grandmother lives at the retirement home. So she is uniquely interested in this case, while her superiors and the rest of her colleagues are like, look, it's just a suicide. Like, they have the notes on them. This is an open and shut case. They are old, don't have anything to live for anymore. Their neighborhood is being renovated, so everything is shutting down around them. You know, don't sweat it. And she's like, look, something ain't right. Like, these people are jumping from the sixth floor of this building, hitting straight up concrete. They're not landing in the grass or nothing. And there's no blood. Where's the blood? Like, old people got blood, right? I mean, I don't, so she's like, this is, something is going on. People are wilding. Something's not right. So she obviously wants to go and investigate. And apparently this is also supposed to be a sapphic story, which I think is kind of, which I always think is great. We could always use more sapphic representation.
What does sapphic mean?
A lesbian. Yes. So I'm assuming our detective gets into a relationship with someone, a fellow detective, a forensic person, hopefully not a vampire, because I'm pretty sure that means she's going to get eaten. But yeah, it says a biting, fast-paced vampire murder mystery exploring queer love and the consciousness and the consequences of loneliness. I think it's gonna be good.
Sounds good.
I'm so excited. I also have Woman Eating by Claire Coda. And this is also a sapphic vampire story, but this is more like lit fic. So it basically follows a young woman who is biracial in some way. I don't actually know what the combination is, but she's mixed race and she is a vampire. So we're actually following the vampire in this story, and she's trying to find a way to balance her desire to live amongst humans and have a quote unquote normal life while also, having to like suck blood in order to survive. So she's like dealing with these two opposing needs, I guess. And it's supposed to be really, really good. It's described as unusual, original, striking, absolutely brilliant. It's pretty short, so hopefully we can get through it pretty quickly. So I think that's great. I love lit fic. It's always nice if it's got a little bit of like a paranormal twist to it to kind of keep things going. Sometimes I can find literary fiction to be a little meandering, where it's kind of like, all right, let's kind of move it along. I need a little bit of a plot to kind of like, propel me through this novel. So I'm hoping, just given the subject matter, that this will be really, really good. So, yay, we'll see.
I love lit fics. I used to write short stories, and they were always lit fics. It's my favorite way to write.
Okay, well, are you going to share any with class?
Any stories? No.
All right, before we move to the next category, I do have a couple of honorable mentions. I didn't want to talk about short story collection here because this has a lot more than just vampire stories in it. But you guys, if you haven't heard of it, you should definitely check out Man-Made Monsters by Andrea L. Rogers. It's she's a Native American indigenous writer, and this short story collection is so good and it's perfect for fall. There are a lot of like spooky paranormal stories in here with a lot of amazing commentary on just kind of the US and some of our issues, and but they're also just really interesting, and you can read them really quickly, take your time with it. It's just really good. I like a short story collection, and this one is actually perfect for the fall. So honorary mention for that. And then also for Buffalo Hunter. You probably have actually heard a lot of people talking about it because this is actually a new release of 2025. It just came out, and Stephen Graham Jones is, a very prolific horror Native American indigenous writer. So you might have actually heard about this, but it's really good. I finished this a few weeks ago. I did think maybe for me personally, it was a little long and it was kind of hard to sink my teeth into just because some of it is written. It takes place in like the 1800s, like right around the time when the U.S. was kind of like moving west. And it follows a Native American character who unwittingly gets attacked and becomes a vampire. And but the story is told kind of from his point of view, but also from the point of view of a white reverend and the reverend's like diary entries. So the language is a little, I don't know, flowery, for I guess lack of a better word, to kind of match the time period. So it takes you a while to kind of sink your teeth into it, but it's really, really, really good. And it's so cool and it's so unique because like the vampire lore in this is very different from anything else I've read. And I've read some really cool, unique takes on vampires from Fledgling by Octavia Butler. This one, Twilight. I mean, I can't believe I mentioned
when they
it,
reinvent vampires.
But yes, but yeah. So it's very cool. So yeah, you should check this out as well. I'm not gonna go too much more.
I feel like vampires, they're just menaces, you know? Like, folks just actively be going about their own day, and then all of a sudden, a vampire pops up and boom.
Right? Nobody asked you.
Like, not a thing. Like, I'm trying to mind
you.
my own
Life is hard
business.
enough. Leave my blood in my body.
I have to pay rent. I don't have time for you.
Jesus. Okay, so next category we've got Gothic / horror novels and or movies. And I'm so excited about this category. Okay, so I always forget about Gothic novels until I come across one, and then I'm like that star eyes emoji because I'm like, yes, give it to me. Gothic horror, in my opinion, is just like, it's like a whole mood. It's like an atmosphere. There's like no real, in my opinion, one way to kind of describe it, but you kind of know it when you see it. You like feel it. It's very atmospheric and it has this like kind of quiet menace running through it all the time. There's always a like dark, dank, dangerous like manor or castle or estate house. There's usually some sort of like curse or like ghosts out to get vengeance. There's usually, hate to say it, but there's usually some woman who is imperiled. Like she has married into a crazy family. She's the ward of a psycho person. Just those are kind of the hallmarks of a Gothic novel. And then also it just almost feels like when you're reading it, if you're kind of picturing it in your head, it's always dark. Even in the daytime, it's dark.
You know what you just described?
What?
Casper.
I mean, sure. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It could be,
Spooky castle, ghost, imperiled woman.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it was dark at some point.
And there's always a curse.
And there was a curse.
So.
And she was almost married to the ghost.
See?
Casper.
So there you go. Yes, Casper.
Classic.
So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm going to go first on this one. And the first one up is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. You will see her name come up again in this video. I've read a lot of her books, and I really love them, but I'm only going to talk about two today, starting with Mexican Gothic, which is so good. And it's basically literally everything that I just described, but of course it takes place in Mexico. And this one takes place around the 1950s. And basically it follows this gorgeous woman, whose name is, girl, what your name is? Naomi. Basically, her cousin is the woman imperiled. She marries some rich guy and goes off to like this other city in Mexico in 1950s. And she writes a letter to her cousin. and she says, "Hey, cousin, come help me.
What's wrong, cuz?
It's some weird shit going on right now.
Say more.
Like, I don't know what's happening. I might be going crazy, or
Probably.
these people around me are crazy,
Also
or
true.
the house is crazy. Something is not right. I'm scared. Please, can you just come be with me, and or maybe rescue me?" Like, and so of course,
So wait, you want me to come down there and imperil myself now?
basically, yes.
Okay.
And so her cousin shows up to this house and she's like, "Oh yeah, this is weird. Like, this shit is whacked out. Like, what's going on?" There's like the husband who has a very creepy close relationship with his sister. And then there's her cousin who's like always kind of like sleep or sick, like something ain't right. She not doing okay. And then there's a second brother. So basically her cousin marries into this family and there are three people there. Her husband, the husband's sister, and the husband's either younger brother or his cousin. I don't know. He's somehow related to them, but he's kind of frail and he's clearly the redheaded stepchild. Like they're not cool with him. And she's like, "Yeah, it's some weird crap going on up here. Like, you and your sister way too close." There's also this weird like house lady who like manages the house. What do we call them? She's not a butler. She's like
not a maid.
She's not really the maid. She's like the
house manager.
Yeah, whatever. House manager. So
we did not grow up in a situation where we had one of those.
Correct. We did not have help. But they have help here. And she kind of sucks too. She's got like all these rules. She's just not nice. It's a very uninviting place. The house is dank, and also when she goes to sleep, she starts having these horrible dreams. And it's like the house is like trying to like eat her or absorb her. Like something weird is going on. It's like whacked, right? And so she's trying to get her cousin out of this, but they obviously don't want her to extract her cousin. And then like the story goes from there. I don't want to say anything more because it's really good and you should just check it out. What you got?
This is not my thing, but what that made me think of, completely unrelated and not even close, but it just made me think of Monster House, because you said the house was trying to eat them, and Monster House is bomb.
Yeah,
what if a kid's movie? But the movie that I was actually going to talk about, it's not a movie, it's a show. I didn't fully know what Gothic horror meant, so I just tried my best. And
that was my fault. I did not prepare them.
Not at all. But I picked Penny Dreadful. It's the show. I think it's like takes place in like London somewhere. But it's definitely like Victorian era, and that's what I thought of when you said Gothic horror. I thought of Victorian era stuff.
Most of it does happen in the Victorian era.
Baller. I was right on point. I also thought of Corpse Bride, but that's for another day. Corpse Bride is also great.
That would have been probably a good one too.
Yeah, I know good movies. But yeah, Penny Dreadful, I really like it because it's like the classics. You know, you got Frankenstein, you got vampires, you got werewolves, you got Dorian Gray and all that stuff. So you got all these classics, and you got witches, and it's a bunch of, it's like a...
Is this an animated TV show or no?
It's real.
That's cool.
The girl, what's her name? Billy Piper, I think?
Let me Google
She's in Doctor Who. You didn't watch that version of Doctor Who, but she's in it too. There's actually a whole bunch of stars in there. But it's really good because it's a retelling of the classics in a way where they're like all in one universe. In fact, they're all in one town.
It's on Showtime, people.
It's raunchy but sophisticated at the same way. That's like, you know, when I think of Victorian era stuff, I think of like raunchy, sophisticated stuff. It's really good.
Anybody else think of Victorian era and immediately go raunchy?
Yes, I do. But I will say that the highlight of the show for me was Frankenstein's monster, the portrayal of that one, because they do the eloquent, educated, monster who's just very much ostracized and was wronged because he had no business being brought back to life.
I do always feel for Frankenstein. We don't even want to talk about like short end of the stick. Like, is Frankenstein like
short end of the stick? He didn't even get the stick.
Yeah.
But he did get shafted, and it was terrible. But yeah, so I really love that part. That was kind of like the highlight of the show for me. And it's really, really good. You should watch it. It's like low-key, suspenseful because it's thriller. There's some things in there that really just like had my heart racing. But it's still fun.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So next up on my list, I have The Hacienda by, again, Isabel Canas. This one is really good. Okay, so this was the first book that I read by this author. So this came out before Vampires of El Norte. And It literally has everything you think of when you think of kind of a Gothic horror novel. So we have a troubled estate. We have a woman in an arranged marriage. Now, she's not unhappy to be in a marriage. Her family is going through some tough times and have been for a while because, her dad, I don't know, somehow got on the wrong side of the revolution or something. I don't know.
Don't you just hate it when that happens?
Yeah.
Gosh darn it, Dad.
Yeah, it didn't work out very well for him, and he got unalived by some of people he thought was his compatriots, and I guess they weren't. I don't know. They were beefing. It didn't work out very well for them. And so when she gets this offer by this from this like rich man or whatever to be like, look, please come be my wife. I am a widower and I am sad and I need to be married. And she's like, okay, you got money and I want to be able to help my family send money back or whatever. So yes, I will marry you. So she's not unhappily married. She just doesn't love this guy and or care about him really that much. It's just an arranged marriage, but she's hoping for the best, right? So she can do. Yeah, so she gets there and immediately realizes, oh my God, this house is cursed. You had a.
You just hate it when that happens. I mean, my God, I'm just out here living my best life trying to, and you move me into your cursed house.
Which, by the way, he's never there.
See.
It's like he knows the house is cursed, so he don't want to be up in there. But he was
disrespectful.
He was fine dumping her there, and guess who?
Disrespectful.
And also, did we mention that his wife died in a mysterious way? His first wife died in a mysterious way. So there's like a little bit of a mystery here. There's a curse. There's like some impending doom for this poor woman, and it's really good, and you should check it out. There's also a really, really good-looking, handsome prince. So there's prince.
Is there a picture?
I lied, not prince. I meant priest.
Is there a picture?
No, there's no priest
Then
picture of the priest.
Handsome?
Because it said he was handsome.
I think, because you said that the husband and the house are never seen at the same time, so I think the husband turns into the house. That's my guess.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything. But...
That means I was right.
No, it doesn't. Okay, y'all, look. Anyways, there's a really handsome priest. So there is a little bit of like a potential for a romance kind of.
You're having an affair with a priest? Line. That's tough. That's a tough pull.
Anyways.
Get it, girl.
Check it out. It's really good. I really love this book. I tell you, making these videos really just makes me want to reread everything. Also, the audiobook narration of this is actually really good because I listened to it as well. And the audiobook narration is good.
I think the mom did that in As I Lay Dying. She had an affair with like the preacher dude.
Did we watch As I Lay Dying?
I didn't watch it, but I read the book. It was a depressing book and it was the worst book I ever read, and I never want to read it again. It was terrible.
It sounds really familiar. Maybe I watched
It's one of like the classics that they do in high school. With the mom, she had an affair with the preacher.
That sounds terrible. Is that why she passed away?
She passed away because her husband was an asshole.
No. Okay. All right.
I don't have anything else for this category. I forgot. I didn't forget. I couldn't think of anything else. I didn't know what Gothic horror meant. Shit. Tried my best.
Oh, okay. Don't yell at the people. All right. So, well, in that case, I'll go next. And this next one I read a few years ago, and it's called "Within These Wicked Walls" by Lauren Blackwood. This is so good, y'all. Okay. All right. So this one came out in 2021 and I got it pretty much as soon as it came out. And, I flew through this book. It was so freaking interesting. So if you like Jane Eyre, then I implore you to read Within These Wicked Walls. It's very, very good. But basically, this book, the only thing I can't remember is where it takes place. Where is she? Anyways, so this is supposedly a Jane Eyre retelling, which is why I said if you like that book, you should definitely grab this. But in my opinion, I actually think it's way more fitting and way more interesting if you think of it as a Jane Eyre prequel. Because there's this girl who basically has like a little bit of magic where she can help rid you of the evil eye, basically. Which basically is kind of like, she's basically kind of a curse breaker. And she typically does this for like kind of small time curses, not like big, all encompassing curses that are gonna like destroy your life. But Mr. Rochester comes to her needing some help with a big curse. So obviously she goes to
Big
his
curse.
house.
I know what that means.
She goes to his cursed house to save him, kind of. And um, of course, she kind of falls in love with him. So if you've read Jane Eyre, or if you haven't, just the premise of it is basically Jane Eyre is an orphaned woman and a newly minted governess who's hired by Mr. Rochester. She eventually falls in love with him, but bliss turns to dread, of course, when she realizes that he has a dark secret hidden in his attic. Okay?
I know what that means.
Do you?
No, never read that book.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, given that you probably won't read this, it's important for what I'm saying.
Jane Eyre?
Yes.
It's one of the free ebooks that I got from Fable. Not sponsored.
Okay, well, look, I have to talk about it. Damn it! You could have ruined. Well, now I can't tell the people what I was going to tell the people because your whole spoiler thing. You know what? Why don't you just plug your ears real quick so I can just. All right, so spoiler coming. The secret in the attic is Mr. Rochester's first wife. According to him, we don't actually meet her. She could be perfectly sane and he could just be a horrible person who doesn't want to be married to her anymore. So, like back in the day, they would just say that you were insane. But yeah, so says that that's the secret in his attic is that he has a violent and potentially insane first wife locked up there who he met abroad and brought back and didn't know that she had mental illnesses basically. And so yeah, so anyways, this would be so cool if she saves Mr. Rochester from the evil eye and has some problems, like some repercussions from doing that, but he falls in love with her, marries her anyway, and then can't deal with the repercussions of what she went through in this book. And then we have Jane Eyre right after, right? Like, to me, that would be cool and that makes sense. And that's not, I think that would be cool. But even if this is just a regular retelling of Jane Eyre, it's a really good book. You should definitely check it out. I'm done with spoilers. But, it's me again.
It's me.
Okay. The last one I have in this category is Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is only one of 2 YA novels I pulled for this video, and I actually, because I read my fair share of YA. I prefer adult fiction, I think, primarily, but I do like YA novels if they're done really, really well. And Tiffany D. Jackson just knows what she's doing. Okay.
I love a good YA novel.
Yeah. Well, you should check out Tiffany because she knows what she's doing. And The Weight of Blood is really, really good. It's actually the first one that I read from her. And it's basically a Carrie retelling, which is really cool. But it takes.
I haven't seen Carrie. I need to watch that. It's on my list.
Okay. Well, it takes place in the South, and some of the things that are a little bit different. In this case, Carrie is a biracial girl. She has a black mother who she didn't grow up with. She grew up with her white father, and her white father basically, I guess she's just light enough to pass. Except for her hair is of a kinkier texture. So he and his daughter like struggle with her hair because he wants her to hide her blackness so that she fits in better in this really small, pretty much all white town. Well, so there's a lot of problems inherent in that. He raised her that way and he's kind of violent. So similar themes to Carrie where there's at home, there's a lot of trouble at home. And Carrie, the mom, just has other mental illnesses that cause problems. That was it.
Oh.
And in this book, the dad's hang up is racial. And
Gosh darn it,
things just kind of escalate from there. And if you know the story of Carrie, then you know some of the movements of this novel.
He's racist. Why did he get with the mom in the first place? That's what I don't understand. If you don't like us, stay away. We don't want you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But this one is a little bit cool in form. Like, so it starts with two like reporters coming to this town to report on this crazy, weird tragedy type thing that happened at prom one night. And in this town, there are black people, like, because I mean, we're in the South, all right? So there are black people, but like the main issue here is that like it's the one, this also pretty much takes place in present day. So that's why a lot of the stuff in this book is like wild. It's like, why are we doing this? But basically, it's an integrated school that has separate proms, a black prom and a white prom.
Like what happened in real life.
And in this story, what is real life?
Like there was something like that in the news. But that legit happened.
Recently?
Last year, the year before, yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely terrible.
Jesus Christ. Well, yeah, so in this book, they decide during this character, I guess her first, I think she's a senior, I don't know, but they decide for the first time ever to have an integrated prom. And then that's where all of the drama starts to happen. And it's really good. I highly recommend. Definitely check it out. I did not listen to the audiobook, so I don't know how good that is, but the novel itself is really good, and it's interesting because the story opens with two reporters going to this town to try to figure out what happened and where the main character went. So, the main character's name is Madison. Oh my God, it takes place in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Madison disappears after the happenings or whatever. So these reporters go down there to try to figure out what the heck happened to her and what happened in general. So as far as the forum goes, it goes back and forth between like a podcast type reporting and the narration of the novel from Madison's point of view. So it's like kind of interesting in form too. And it's just really good, and I highly recommend it. It's great for the fall. It's great for spooky vibes, and you could read this and then go watch Carrie, or vice versa, and compare the two. It's just a fun exercise. So
I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
What's
next?